Hi, my name is Kayla, and welcome to this week's edition of A Walk in My Shoes. This week we have with us Angela Dobbins, who is a massage therapist. Welcome, Angela, and thanks for being with us today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
It's our pleasure. We have not had a guest star that is anything like a massage therapist. Would you also say that you're a masseuse? Are they the same? Are they interchangeable terms?
Massage therapists that I know definitely prefer not to be called a masseuse.
Okay.
Massage therapists are licensed and trained, whereas masseuse may not be.
Okay, that's actually very good to know that they are different, and we will refer to you as a massage therapist. So, if you could tell us a little bit about what a massage therapist does and what the qualifications are for that job.
Well, a massage therapist can go in several different directions after their schooling. I went to Heritage College for my schooling, which is no longer in existence in Columbus. However, there are still schools in Columbus that are available for massage therapy education. And it was approximately 15 months of schooling, and that was every single day except Saturday and Sunday for that 15 months. And it was about 4 to 5 hours a day, and book training intermingled with hands-on training. And then at the end of schooling, we have to take the test that is equivalent to the test that medical doctors take, that nurses take. And of course, you have to pass that to get your license. So then you are a licensed massage therapist, which is very important if you are going to go to a massage therapist, that you go to one who is licensed. Because then you know they have been properly trained and they know safety protocols and HIPAA, things like that.
Okay. Wow. So it sounds like a pretty intense 15-month program that you went through. Definitely have to be dedicated to your studies and to the schoolwork.
Yes, you definitely have to be. There were people that were working as well as going to school to be a massage therapist in my class. However, I was lucky enough that I had just retired from teaching, and, well, not just, but a few years ago had. And so I had my retirement income to sustain me and could just focus on going to school. I retired from teaching after 22 years of teaching kindergarten and first grade. Got a little burnt out, and I didn't quite know what to do, so it took me about 4 to 5 years to figure out what I wanted to do, a lot of praying. And finally, I listened to the Lord showing me on Facebook as ad after ad after ad kept popping up about being a massage therapist. And I thought, oh, okay, this must be something important. And my family had always told me when I would just be giving, back rubs, shoulder rubs, whatever, that I did a really great job. So I figured, okay, maybe I would be good at this. And so I thought, okay, I'm just going to call this school and just see what it's about. So I called, and they said, well, you really have to come in and let us give you a tour and everything. Okay, I'll just do that. Well, I went in for my tour, and by the end of the tour, I was signed up to start classes. That was on a Friday. I was signed up to start classes on Monday, and had my federal aid all taken care of and everything to help pay for it. So, yeah, it was just supposed to happen right then. And
Awesome.
it was scary because I'm older than, well, I was not the oldest in my class, but definitely one of the older people in my class. And I starting a new career at that time after having a career was pretty scary. So, I went in with a little bit of reservation, but with excitement too. And I definitely have not regretted it. I've met a lot of great people, and really giving the massages also had benefit to me as well as the person receiving the massages.
That's awesome. So, how long have you been doing this role?
I have been a massage therapist, I believe, for about 5 years now.
Okay, wow. And so you mentioned your 15-month program that you had to go through and to get your license. Do you have to renew your license? How often does that have to occur? Are there other certificates that you have or that you've looked into that massage therapists are recommended to get?
Actually, we do have to renew our license every 2 years when I first got my license, and I believe that has changed now. And there is, I don't know the word for it, in the works, legislation for having us have certain number of credit hours of continuing education to renew our license instead of just paying the money and renewing it. Now, me being a former teacher, of course, I believe in lifelong learning, and so even out of the gate, I was constantly taking courses to better myself in my practice. So I have certification. Then we can get certification on top of our license. So I have certification in prenatal massage and sciatic massage, different specific areas. I also, there's a big movement right now towards medical massage therapy, finding that you can get a lot more clients when you don't require them to disrobe to be massaged. And medical massage therapy is done with their clothing on, so you massage them through their clothing with special tools and special practices, and it's not a full body massage like you would get at a spa. It's more specific work for a specific issue that somebody is having. And that was another year-long program that I took and licensed as a medical massage therapist now.
Wow. That is definitely interesting. I know some folks, they might not be as comfortable getting a massage because if they're a new client of yours, they're coming into your home or your practice and they're unfamiliar with you, and it can be a little bit awkward for some folks. So it is interesting. I never knew that there was a medical massage. So that's good information to know. And it's awesome that you got certified too. All those certifications, I'm sure clients and potential clients really look at.
Yes, it definitely has benefited me in getting more clients. When I first began after school, I worked at a chiropractor's office, and I've always been interested in medicine. Actually, when I went to college years ago, I started out in nursing. However, at 17, when I started college, I wasn't quite mature enough to handle that and changed my major several times. But that love of medicine and healing and helping people is still in my soul. And so I definitely looked for the job at a chiropractor's office, not at a spa like Massage Envy or, something like that, because I wanted to be with a doctor and helping people medically. But people did also come for just relaxation massages. I'm no longer working at the chiropractor's office.
Okay.
While I was working there, I had a total knee replacement, and I also fell and broke my wrist.
Oh.
And yeah, that's not so good for a massage therapist. I broke my wrist right before COVID hit, and I was just healing and getting back into it. Just got back to the chiropractor's office and getting back into the swing of things after breaking my wrist, and it was quite difficult. I probably went back too soon because it still hurt, and I kind of compensated with my other wrist, doing more pressure with my other hand and such, but I wanted to get back in there. And then COVID hit, and there was no more massaging for a while. And so consequently, I no longer work at the chiropractor's office, and I do still work out of my home. So currently, I just give massages in one room of my house.
Awesome. Well, that's
nice.
cool.
I can choose who I take on as a client, so I am not really taking on a lot of clients right now. That's the other thing I wanted to say. As far as licensed massage therapy is concerned, if you really, really want to make a living as a licensed massage therapist, you would need to have a goal in place of having your own business or working at a business and having other massage therapists working with you. I don't believe, personally, that you could make a living and survive just being a massage therapist on your own if you have a family to support. There's just not enough money in it, but that's just my personal belief and my experience. There might be other massage therapists out there that would totally disagree with me and say, this is how I did it. So don't totally go on what I say.
Who am I letting into my own home? Who have they exposed themselves to before they're coming here? I'm sure it definitely can be a little bit more tough. So what does your typical work week look like? Is there a typical work week? Does it always change for you? Do you have repeat clients that keep a set schedule? What does that look like for you?
I definitely have certain times I prefer to give massages, and that would be during the weekday before 2 p.m. when my youngest son gets home from school. I have given massages later than that, and any children that are home at that time know they have to stay in their rooms and be quiet from start to finish. And in fact, my poor son the other day wanted to come up. His room is in the basement, and he needed to use the bathroom, and he kept texting me, Mom, can I come up now? Are you done? Can I come up now? Are you done? Well, I always have my phone on silent when I'm giving a massage. And I was just talking to the client afterwards. Didn't get his text. Meanwhile, I feel so bad for him because he's down there. He's like, Mom, like the capital letters in the text, like he's shouting, Mom. So I finally picked up my phone. I'm like, oh, yeah, sorry, you can come up now. So there are, drawbacks to having clients come to your home. But it's also nice because you don't have to go anywhere. Right. Now, at one point, I did travel to clients, I had a lighter weight massage table, and I would travel to clients' homes. But then after the knee replacement and the broken wrist and my age, I'm like, yeah, no more. I'm done. I'm done traveling. A lot of people's homes were not really conducive to lugging in a massage table and chair and equipment, a CD player to play the music and the massage lotion, and you just don't think about everything that goes along with it when you have to travel to somebody's house.
It sounds like you definitely need a set space with the whole setup, because now your hour-long massage has turned into a commute, and you have to pack up and set up, tear down, pack up your vehicle, and then drive home. So it definitely sounds like it can be a lot.
But you can charge more because you are going to their home.
True. Did you see a high demand for that to go to people?
I had probably 3 regular clients that I went to. I don't think that very many, well, I can't say that. I don't know how many massage therapists offer that service.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like there's a great demand for it, only because I don't think that people know that that's a possibility.
Right.
So,
do you also think that sometimes people want to get out of their space? Like they can relax more in your space that is set aside for massages rather than a makeshift area in their home?
That's very true also. It depends on who the client is and what their home situation is like. And yes, all 3 clients that I went to did not have children. So they did not have to, get away from the kids and such. And we started talking about like what a weekly schedule looks like, and the weekly clients. And right now I just have 2 that come to me regularly. And one was an accident person, so she's coming twice a week. And I have never, a massage therapist can choose if they want to, if they're an independent massage therapist. That's another thing. I have, a business name. My business name is Heavenly Touch Massage, and LLC. So I have that business, and thus you have to have insurance and everything. And I forget where I was going with that. What was I saying? They were
talking about weekly schedule and being an independent
car accident victim. So I have never dealt with health insurance before. Health insurance usually in the past has not covered massage, but they're starting to more and more. And that's so good, because it is so very good for so many reasons. And so this is my first time with this accident victim that I'm going to be dealing with insurance, but I'm not even doing it personally. She is doing it with her insurance company. She had to get a referral from the physician that she needed the massage therapy as part of her treatment from the accident. And so then and only because I know her and she's a past client, would I do this for her, but I'm giving her the massages without taking payment right now. And when the insurance claim and everything is all settled, then that's when I'll get paid. And I would not recommend doing that with somebody you know, because you definitely would run the risk of not ever getting paid. Right. Because insurance is going to give her the check, and then she has to give me the amount, or she'll turn my bill into them and they'll give me a check directly, perhaps. It could go either way. But having worked at the chiropractor's office, I have learned how things can go wrong with car accident insurance claims. So I'm just very trusting to this client. And so she's one of my regulars, and then another person is a regular, and the other one comes just once a week. I have another side job that I also do, and both of those are on top of teaching retirement, but I have to keep busy. So plus I just love people, and I can't not help people. So
well, it sounds like you have such a great relationship with your regular clients, especially to trust that she's going to get all the bills taken care of and that you're not taking payment right now. That can be a little bit scary and nerve-wracking, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
But then again, as I mentioned before, sometimes giving a massage is as beneficial to me in different ways as receiving a massage. And just coming out of COVID with not having much interaction with people, I really, really enjoy seeing her again and talking and visiting. So even if things would turn out in the worst case scenario and I wouldn't get paid, it wouldn't be horrible for me. I'm not relying on getting paid to eat. Mm-hmm. So it's okay.
So you mentioned again some of the benefits. What are some of the benefits for your clients? You mentioned relaxation, and for medical purposes, they might focus on a certain area of the body. But how does that stress relief work, or does it help fight? I've heard it helps fight the common cold to release any toxins in your body. Can you talk a little bit about how it does help the body and the mind?
Definitely. The massage itself works to, as you said, release the toxins. Just like when you exercise, if you haven't exercised for a while, and then like 2 days later you're sore, maybe not right away, but 2 days later you're sore, that can happen also when you receive a massage for the first time. If your muscles are really tight, because the lactic acid is being released from your muscles when they're getting massaged, just like when you're exercising them, because the massage is pulling and pushing and stretching those muscles, just like what happens when you exercise. And so we always encourage to drink plenty of water, which helps to flush the toxins out that we release when we give a massage. And there's also another certification you can get for lymphatic massage. Our lymph system is a very important part of releasing toxins from our body. And when you get a massage, you probably won't pay attention to this or notice this, but there's a certain direction on the body that massage therapists make their strokes go, and this is to help the lymph system, to help it flow, to increase the flow, and to help release those toxins. So it's very good for relaxing the muscles, relaxing stress, taking away stress. A lot of people have an issue with the sciatic nerve, which is a nerve that runs from the lower back down through the gluteus maximus and all the way down your leg. And that's why I got certified in specifically treating that issues with that nerve. So you can get a light relaxation massage. You can get you can have medium pressure, or you can get a deep tissue massage. And a deep tissue massage is what you need when you're really working on an issue. And like if you do have an issue with your sciatic nerve and you have that pain, there are certain points in the buttocks area that have to have pinpointed pressure to release knots in the muscles that are putting pressure on that sciatic nerve which are causing the pain down your leg. So there's so many benefits that can happen through massage specifically or in general.
Awesome. So deep tissue massage, that kind of sounds a little painful. Is it painful at all for guests or clients?
It can be.
Yeah.
And it depends how much time you have. I always told my clients that I would not do a full body deep tissue massage in an hour. Because to do it correctly, you have to warm up the muscles layer by layer. And muscles are layered over top of each other all throughout our body. If you go straight into the deepest muscle, you could cause bruising and injury. So you really have to take your time and warm up those layers of muscle. Well, in so doing, you must extend the length of the massage if they want really a true full body deep tissue massage without too much pain. That's my own personal experience. So I usually limit to 2 areas if they want a deep tissue massage in an hour, so that I can really focus on those areas and treat them how they want to be treated without injury or bruising. I did have one client, did not care how much pain there was, and I have to admit, it was kind of fun to dig deep. I mean, I still warmed up the muscles because I definitely didn't want bruising. I didn't want, him coming back at me and saying, you bruised me, whatever.
Right.
I did it correctly. But once I got to the deep muscles that I was allowed to get to, and he's like, oh yes, please get that knot out, please. I dug in, and it was fun. That's when you use the tip of your elbow, which is the hardest part of your body, and you just dig in, and it's satisfying to relieve those knots. And yes, it's a little uncomfortable, but you can do it in a way that you can to release a knot, you can just go full in, bam, and press on it, and ouch, it hurts. Or you can do it in 3 or 4 steps, slowly releasing a little bit at a time. Well, this person had so many knots, he's just like, just go, just get them done. So there's definitely different methods to accomplish the same thing, and different massage therapists do things differently. So that's another thing, that if you are considering going to a massage therapist, you definitely want to learn about them and their style and technique. And if it's at a spa, usually the people scheduling the massages will know what technique each massage therapist is best at, and match you up.
Okay. Awesome. Well, it definitely sounded like you got pretty into that deep tissue massage, and you've mentioned earlier in the interview that you have benefits for yourself as well when giving a massage. And you mentioned that it's because of COVID, you haven't really seen too many people. It sounds like that's a benefit. Are there other benefits for you?
Definitely. When I'm stressed and go to work, well, when I worked at the chiropractor's office and went to work, of course I would have to get in the right frame of mind to give a massage. So I would get my room ready and get the soft music on, and just be quiet for a while to get in the right frame of mind. And human touch is just so powerful. So even though I'm the one giving the massage, I'm still receiving human touch. And just knowing that I'm helping somebody, and the feedback that I would get from my clients also I knew how well I was doing in helping them. The soft music, the human touch, just the relaxed atmosphere, it could take some of my stress away too. So it's a nice career. Now, when you have to do the deep tissue massage, that's not the relaxing type that helps me also. In fact, that's very exhausting. That's another point to bring up. A massage therapist works hard. It is exhausting. And I never realized until we were done with school. Like when we were in school, we gave a massage every day. We received a massage and gave a massage. And when school ended, I really missed those daily massages. But when I started and had 3 or 4 massages a day, just starting out, I was so tired because there are certain ways that you have to stand and position yourself, certain movements that you have to do correctly so that you don't injure yourself, so that you don't strain your back and such. And I felt really like I had been to the gym because my thighs were just, because you're kind of squatting like to keep your back straight when you're doing it correctly. And so it's quite a workout. And I told the chiropractor, I said, okay, I'm just starting here, and that day of 4 massages was way too much right now. I need to build up to that. First of all, I'm an old lady, and I cannot do this like a young whippersnapper would do. So it took me probably a month to build up my endurance. And I think the most massages I did in one day was probably 7.
Wow.
And that was a long day.
Wow.
And now some of those are half-hour massages.
Okay.
They definitely work.
Still sounds like an exhausting day, and I can totally understand that. It is a lot of physical movement and positioning of your body. Definitely something that you have to be on your feet, moving, and strong, and know techniques. Yes.
It's funny that you say that because I would always challenge my husband to arm wrestle. He's like, no way, I am not coming near you. So to this day, my poor husband still has not received a full massage from me. One, he's so kind-hearted that he won't ever ask. And of course now he might take one because I'm not doing it every single day like I was when I worked at the chiropractor's office. He just always felt bad that you do it all day. I'm not going to ask you to give me one when you get home from work. But he knew how strong I was. Yeah. And when I was doing it every day, I was strong. But over COVID, I've definitely lost some of that strength.
Yeah, I'm sure that's tough.
Because that was my workout. I didn't have to go to the gym. Giving massages was my workout.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about your business, and you're a small business. And how do you get the word out there? Do you rely on your clients' word of mouth? Are you open to bringing in new clients? Any type of social media promotion?
Right now, I am not bringing in any new clients because I do have a long list of clients that I could draw from if I wanted to massage more than I am. And when I first started, I did have a website through, I don't remember who it was through, but I don't believe that it's even there anymore. However, it might be. I should Google and see if it is. So I was not good at keeping my website up to date and like putting articles on there. I mean, I had great intentions, But again, this is that thing going back to making money as a massage therapist. If it's just you, you have to do it all.
Right.
You know, you don't have, I'm sorry, I always use massage envy, but that's where I go to get my massages, so that's just what comes to my head. You don't have massage envy doing the promotion for you. So as well as giving the massages, you have to upkeep your website. You have to make your own specials, coupons, flyers. When I first started at the chiropractor's office, I did make postcards and sent those out via bulk mail to the neighborhoods, a few at a time, because I couldn't afford to like send them to all of Pataskala right away. So I just sent out a few neighborhoods at a time. So some people in Pataskala got a postcard that said that the chiropractor's office was welcoming me as their new massage therapist. And then if they brought that postcard in, they would get, I think it was 10 or 15% off a massage. So that's something I did in the beginning.
Awesome.
One thing that we had to do, excuse me, I haven't talked this much in forever, probably since teaching. One thing we had to do in school was prepare a business plan for our dream spa. So if we were going to start our own business, and of course, it was funny because the young kids, they really went all out, like crazy, top of the line, super expensive, everything in the tropics, you know, whatever. Oh, and it was a contest. It was like the Sharks. What's that show?
Shark Tank?
Yes. It was like that. So we had judges. And so they had great ideas, but they were wild and way out there and not realistic. Well, me being the age that I am and having kids and such, I really truly wanted to do my business plan. And my business plan was to have a side building on my property, which I didn't have yet. I lived in an apartment, where my clients would come. And so I designed the building, and I went to Lowe's and I showed them my plan, and I got the estimate for how much it would cost to build it. And so I did everything, and I won.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, so that was fun. And so I feel like I got off on another tangent. I forget what you asked.
We were talking about promotion and social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I had actually been able to do that, well, now I wasn't married when I was in massage school. So now I'm married again, and now I have a house, and now I actually have land that I could have that building, and I could have that dream business that I want. But now I just feel like I'm too old, and I don't know if I'll do it. But so I would, you know, be promoting that as being new to the Pataskala area and send out flyers. And of course, in Pataskala, we also have a thing called the street fair, and my chiropractor went to that every year. So I was there giving chair massages, promoting my business that way. That was exhausting.
I'm sure.
3 days of giving chair massages. So a massage chair, that's another thing. Another way to promote yourself. A lot of businesses will have massage therapists come in to their business to treat their employees to 15-minute chair massages. And we did this a lot when we were in school as students. So we got really good at giving chair massages when I graduated from school, actually a Christmas present of mine was a whole set of massage. It was the massage table, massage chair, and my chair to sit on and everything. So I have a massage chair that is so funny because I totally forgot about it until just now. We've moved and it's somewhere. But that would be another thing to do to promote yourself, is to go to local businesses and ask if they would like you to come in and give their employees 15-minute massages, and they pay like $10. Well, sometimes the employer would hire the massage therapists to come, and it's a gift to their employees.
Okay.
Sometimes the employees just get together and say, hey, we want you to come here, and we're all going to schedule during our breaks and lunchtime and things like that, and then they pay you like just $10 or something. So yeah. And one time I actually did a party for it was a minister's wife, and she was having a Bible study and a girls' night and a thank you for all of their education leaders at their church that would teach Sunday school and youth group and such. And so I set up upstairs, and they had their little goings-on party downstairs, and they would come up one at a time for a half-hour massage. It was like 4 hours straight of massaging for me, but that was a great moneymaker and a great way for those people to learn about me and then spread the word. And
right.
So you can do all kinds of things. You just have to be creative on how to get out there and just show people what you're made of and what you can do.
Right. Get your name out there and that good reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, I do have a question here that was written in from the audience, and it's, what obstacles have you faced in your career?
Money. Having money to really do like that dream of mine of having the separate building and having starting my own business.
Right.
I, though, was not in good financial shape when I started. So for somebody who is not in debt, like a 50-year-old woman was after, life, if it's a younger person just starting out and is a massage therapist, they probably have a much better chance at maybe getting a loan to get that building built. If I had done this 30 years ago, in the first house that I lived in with my first husband, I definitely could have, taken out that little tiny second mortgage and built that building and started that business, because I would have had the money to start that business. So money is, a big obstacle. And, like I said, to send out the postcards, to get my name out there, I could only do a couple neighborhoods at a time per paycheck.
Right.
I just allotted a certain amount of money per paycheck to go towards promotion. So it was slow going. Other obstacles are injury.
Right.
Age, for me. You definitely want to be healthy. You want to take care of yourself, and you want to be strong and healthy to be a licensed massage therapist. Not saying that if you're not, you can't do it, because you can, because I'm not of the greatest health. I am strong. I was strong, and I did it. I was very determined to do it, but, because of my age, I did have some health issues with my knees, and then I fell and got injured, so that's an obstacle because you just kind of really can't be a massage therapist when your wrist is in a cast.
Right.
I think other things that I've heard when you work at a spa, the pay is maybe mediocre, and it depends on what spa you're working at. You definitely would want to choose one that is very busy so that you're always massaging, because you have to be there no matter what, but you only get paid when you give a massage.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So you're not getting paid per hour that you work. Like if you work an 8-hour day, you're not getting paid 8 hours. You're getting paid if you have four 1-hour massages, then you get paid for 4 hours of work.
Wow.
In that 8-hour day.
Well, it definitely sounds like some of the obstacles you've faced, you've made the best of them, and you've overcame them, and you are still successful to this day. If we have youth and young adults watching today in our AMP program that are interested in becoming a massage therapist, do you have any last remarks for them? Any advice that you would send them on their way with?
I would definitely say that you want to receive as many massages as you can from different massage therapists so that you can see and feel different styles, because that really helps you to understand what you want your style to be like. And also, don't be afraid of the money issue, because no matter what business you're starting out, you'll always have that money issue. You always have that to overcome, and it's definitely possible. And mostly, don't do it if you don't love it. I did it because I loved it, and I loved helping people. I do love helping people. That hasn't stopped. And that is the greatest benefit to me, is the joy that I get when I read the evaluation afterwards, that a client would leave that just said best massage ever. And I'm not saying that to brag, because I told my last client when she just left before this started, I said, I'm not going to say how. She's like, you have to tell them how good you are. I'm like, I'm not going to say how good I am. She's like, well, then I'm going to stay and I'm going to tell them how good you are. But it does make you feel good to know that you're helping people.
Definitely. Well, awesome. You've definitely given our youth and young adults watching today some great advice about massage therapy and what they can look for in their education, what they can look forward to if they pursue that career. So thank you so much, Angela, for joining us today and helping to educate our youth on massage therapy. And that's all for today's episode in A Walk in My Shoes. I'm Kayla, and we'll see you next week.